Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tom Clancy's Twilight Princess. In this part, we infiltrate a Bulblin base and then go to the next dungeon. Yay!
I don't think I've read that book.
You see, that's funny to me because I've actually played some Tom Clancy video games. They're pretty good when they're good.
What did you think of Twilight Princess?
I thought the squad AI was a bit weird, but I mean, the shooting mechanics were on point.
It's a little bit out of the context of the series to be using crossbows, but it's a nice change of pace.
But audiences did generally agree that the shooting was kind of the best part of the game, which is why Link's crossbow training got approved at all. So.
Come on. There we go. Okay, so something that really annoys me about this game that's dumb, but whatever, is that when you're hanging from a pea hat or anything else, you can slowly lower yourself down. And, that's great so you don't fall and take fall damage, but you can lower yourself lower from the pea hat than your range from the claw shot here. So the claw shot can extend farther, it just doesn't feel like it because it's a piece of crap. So, yeah, I'm annoyed by that.
Maybe because you're over a pit.
No, you can.
No, you can go beneath the. You can go beneath the.
Yeah. I've tried it before. If you go beneath the edge and then
It's
have
just
the
that,
thing ram you into the wall, you fall off.
It's just the hanging range is less than the firing range, is what you're saying.
Oh well, more than the firing range, but yeah. So it's just like there's more chain in there. So why don't you shoot farther, claw shot? Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not in the mood.
It's not really easy to see here, but like in the Lake Bed Temple, for example, there are some hanging things there that you can go really, really far down with. So, yeah.
Now that you have wolf form, Epona is just like obsolete, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, Epona is still faster than the wolf.
But
It just has far less utility.
the time you're gonna spend.
She's probably better in like
Calling
the big
her.
open areas as opposed to like just.
But Lois is right. Is what he's getting at. Is like sometimes the time you could be spent calling Epona to mount, you could just immediately transform into wolf and get what you have.
Yeah.
Epona would feel more worth it if you got the charm thingy, like, around the midpoint of the game instead of right before the final dungeon, which, is where it is in this point, because you can only
Gotta
call
think of that
Epona at
post-game.
very specific points. So
She'd feel more worth it if you could actually teleport her.
that also.
Hello, I summon you to my spot.
Well,
right
what you
at
do
this
is you
point.
teleport to the other side of Hyrule Field, use the Elias charm, and then Epona's just there in like 2 seconds with you.
Horses are allergic to space-time magic,
Having
I
the
know.
teleporting
I
horse
tried.
in when Breath of the Wild came out, with the second.
Wait.
When the second DLC pack came out,
Can
one of
you-
the things you can get is a teleporting horse saddle.
You
so it will
can ride the boar.
Yeah,
Well, you have to get in.
You have to.
You have
get
to.
the base.
yeah. You have to do it to beat the game too. I think in the.
It's
in-
been too long since I've done
This was one of my favorite things.
Oh yeah, no, I love it because it's just like these guys are using them, and it's just like, okay, here we go, and
Epona won't teleport with me, so now Boar is my best friend.
friendship ended with Epona, and now Bor is my new mount. Ooh, can I ride this one too?
If only. That's more Midna's bag.
Yeah, it's like it's not as glamorous as you would think, Ted, because he actually transforms back into the Stalfos Knight, and you go right on top of his shoulders.
Oh, that's
Piggyback.
awesome because then he can do the sword fighting for you. All right, Grandpa Dumbfuck, go for the piggyback ride, please.
Like a really, really
Whee!
small giant Clank, or one of those mutants from the bad Crash games.
What we need to do is we need to put on a big trench coat so that we can pretend we're one really, really tall swordsman. All right.
Or Mr. X.
Oh, I forgot this
You're
one
trying
where
to intimidate Ganon. Don't forget it.
you do like a Sonic the Hedgehog Knight of the Wind jump on the enemy.
Yeah, the helm splitter is actually really useful at this point of the game because helmeted enemies become much more. Well, not just helmeted enemies, like enemies that you generally need to Z target in order to kill are more common at this point. So it's very useful to stun them and stuff like that. Oh, but this is just the best ability in the game, the quick draw, because it instant kills pretty much everything. So I try to avoid normal combat as much as possible. And you'll just see me, walk around without my sword out in stupid ways, trying to bitch slap everybody to
Get the
death.
draw. Yeah.
I remember struggling with this.
It's awkward.
Like-
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it is very
Yeah.
awkward.
And by the time you have the Master Sword, most regular enemies will go down in like 2 swings anyway.
But it's
Yeah.
very useful for stuff like Redeads or Give Does or whichever one's in this game, or like Lizalfos or the big guys is the thing where it's really useful for. I think it can knock like all of the armor off a Darknut if you manage to hit that with it as well. It's really good.
That's kind of high risk, though.
It is high risk, especially because if you miss, the sword's out, so you have to run away to safety and then put it back down to try again. So at that point, it might be faster just to fight it normally.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing I don't like about the mode. The sword technically has to be put away so you can get the prompt.
Well, it's not like you're Virgil sheathing your sword in the middle of battle because you think it's cool.
Well,
Well,
that's
I
a
mean-
classic Japanese like technique or something, that unsheathing the sword gives you more power. I don't know why
Faster
it needs
swing.
to. I don't know why it specifically needs to be unsheathed and why you can't just swing it.
I think it has
but-
something to do with like
You use your one hand. You use the hand that's on the sheath to effectively aim your sword, while you use all your strength in the pulling out sword to swing.
Oh yeah,
to
so
swing.
like you have kind of something to hold on to the sheath with, which
Yeah.
gives you more.
well,
I think I get it.
Here's the thing: the Japanese had really terrible steel. They learned ways to make up for that. A lot of ways to make up for that. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, but no man, katanas are like the best. Oh, I'm showing off the new lantern right now where I had the thing out, so that means that there was still a Poe in the area somewhere. I don't know how it works
Gotcha.
for like different load zones, like if I take it out right now and if I for example get all of the specific Poe zones in this area, but there's still a Poe in the other room behind me, will it still light up? I don't really know. It's
Right,
been a
right.
while since I've
I
messed
want to
with
say
it.
no because it's technically a different area.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think this might be technically considered like outside the Arbiter's grounds as opposed to Gerudo Desert. So
The way it classifies areas is kind of strange sometimes.
I want to say it would, because I know that for Kakariko Graveyard, it'll go out, but there's still other Poes in Kakariko Village. So I'm going to say yes, but if we're wrong, the comment section will correct me, so it doesn't really matter.
Very aggressively, I'm sure.
Oh yes, of course.
Let's correct aggressively.
Now it's so funny to me to be using a sniper scope with a bow, but I think there actually are scopes for bows. So
Yeah, there are.
At
just-
least nowadays,
it's just
I don't
out
know.
of place in this setting.
What I would have
Yeah.
loved if every time you take the bow out, it makes a shotgun cocking noise.
Is it just Link like making the sound effect, and Minna's like, "What are you doing?"
Sure. Yeah.
Aren't
Sounds
you trying
like
to be
it-
stealthy.
Good lord, are you gonna do that every time?
That sounds like
Yeah.
it sounds like it would be like the perfect Final Fantasy 13 weapon, just a shotgun that transforms into a bow. I mean, why would you ever? But there it is.
I don't know if there's a bow equivalent of a shotgun. Like, unless if it's like a crossbow that shoots out like 3 arrows at the
I was
same
gonna say
time.
there are probably crossbows that shoot multiple arrows.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Or a crossbow that shoots vampire sticks.
Is that in like Hellsing, the Hellsing anime? Because that
Oh,
sounds
it's
like
in
something
Hellsing,
that would
yeah.
be in the Hellsing anime.
No, Helsing just has really giant guns.
Yeah, but how about guns that shoot vampire stakes?
Are there? No, I don't think there is. I think they just
That's called
blow
a
them
spear
apart.
gun.
Yeah, I think they just, or a harpoon gun anyway. I think they just rather just decimate the body with a giant silver bullet.
Bum 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 ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum.
What's Snake talking about? This is easy.
Colonel, all of the all of the guards have become horned green things.
When they're all really fucking stupid.
Snake, it's not any different than the normal guards you sneak by.
Yeah, I was gonna say the genome soldiers are pretty dumb in MGS1.
Yeah, but at least they
You
have
can get them to
guns.
follow their own footprints for eternity.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
There's a
I
hard
forgot
piece in the
about
hand.
that one.
I didn't know that there. I just accidentally sheath attacked
No.
the meat.
Surprise.
Also gross, which means the heart was still there.
Well, I mean, if you think about
It's
it, you would have to. I mean, if they're not that smart, I think that's probably how a lot of old cultures did cook their meat. Was they just put the whole thing in there, and then cut off the edible bits and left what
I know you
wasn't
say
edible
that in
behind.
jest, Masay, but can you eat a heart?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can eat heart.
You can eat a bunch of organs. It's not exactly.
Hell,
It's.
why stop at the heart?
I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, you can eat liver. You can eat.
Yeah,
you can eat
yeah.
It just
I
needs
know.
to be cooked
The more I
right.
think about it, the just like the less insane it sounds. But
I mean, like
I know.
probably the only one you'd really want to avoid is the intestines. If you're talking about just
or the kidney.
Just
well,
plain
even
what's
then,
edible
if
and
you cleanse
sanitary,
them out,
but-
you can. Even then, you can still cleanse out the intestines and use that.
Well, yeah,
in
but why
food.
would you
Yeah,
go
we
through
do.
the
We
effort?
do eat intestines. That's sausage.
Sausages.
Yeah, sausages are lined with.
Sausages are
Uh,
intestines.
did you guys just see me get whacked by that axe and didn't take any damage?
Well, I was talking about like when you're just putting the animal on the campfire, you know. But
Yeah. I mean, it would be hard to like clean that for sure. But in general, in like food prep, it is used.
well,
we don't eat kidneys, right?
I think for some animals you do.
there's
Yeah.
steak and kidney pie. Is that kidney? Is it like actual kidney, or is that just
Well, I
a
would
weird?
hope so. If kidney's in the name, why would that be false
Probably.
advertising? If kidney wasn't actually in it.
Oh
It's the
man,
kidney
my arm! I'm
beans.
gonna go eat
Yeah.
some kidney to go like take this. Anyway, thanks for just standing here while I walk away. You're a dumbass. I'm gonna set this building on fire now with you inside. Later.
Spoilers.
Ooh, maybe when he dies, he'll be pre-cooked, and then we can eat his kidney.
Jesus Christ! For a desert fortress, this place ignites really fast.
Well, the dry air would help with that, wouldn't it?
But it's also
Isn't-
made
it's
mostly
made
of
out of
stone that
stone.
wouldn't
Well, you
catch
know,
on fire.
if you're trying to, if you're establishing a fortress in a desert environment or any kind of dry hot environment, you'd kind
Smooth
of
driving.
You kind of want it
Oh,
to
wait,
be anti-fire so that it doesn't catch fire spontaneously.
It looks like wood, actually. Now that I'm
Well,
looking
no,
at it
there's
close.
parts of it are wood, but parts of it are stone.
Yeah,
Like,
like
the oh,
the
yeah,
part
I
that
see
we
it.
rammed into is wood, but the part directly to the right is stone, and the
Stone.
stone
Yeah, I
is
see
also
it.
on fire. So maybe they cheaped out and got that flame. Okay, why can't I
I guess
break that?
because you went to the wrong
It's
side.
the wrong gate. Yeah.
Yeah, but why? Okay, well, oh wait, that one has a metal beam on it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're
I
gonna get
just
out here,
why
but
can't we
we're
warp?
Why can't we warp out? Yeah.
we have to spare the
No,
boar.
I can't
Well,
do it while fire's watching me. Fire scares me.
We have to be able to actually get to the portal in the sky, and we can't do that with a ceiling in the way. Although this gate has a hole.
Oh,
in the
so
middle,
wait, it's
so-
like Dragon Quest where you try to use the zoom spell, you crash your head into the ceiling and then get brought back down.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, in Dragon Quest, the spell that transports you is called Zoom, because you go zoom up into the air. So if you use it in a dungeon or like in some games even in like a building, like just a town, like a house in a town or whatever, you will zoom up into the air and then crash your head on the ceiling and then land back down.
That's actually hilarious. I really want to see that. It kind of reminds me of like Earthbound and how if you run in a direction and hit a wall, you get like a concussion or whatever.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not. Well, Earthbound is Dragon Quest, so it's not surprising that they have a similar gag like that.
Yeah, you get all frizzled and fried, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Miss,
Ah.
oh, sorry, I was only half paying attention. What about Miss Frizzle eating fries? You know, it would be nice if for one field trip we just went to like a food court or something. That'd be great.
Yeah. I know. Why do we have to go inside somebody's body?
It's an educational field trip to the food
We're gonna
court.
find out if we can actually eat kidneys today, children. Oh.
We're gonna see where all your food is processed to the meat factory.
We didn't have to look at disgusting carcasses at my old school.
Nobody cares.
What? You never dissected a frog or something?
They usually save that till at least middle school.
Yeah. I never had to do the dissect a frog, and I'm really glad about
Neither
it.
have I.
I did.
You did?
I did.
How did that go?
It smelled really bad.
Oh, that's not that surprising, actually.
You know, I think we were supposed to do it in class at one point, but I might have missed the day we did it, just by sheer coincidence. I didn't know it
I
was
did it
coming.
in college.
Oh, you did in was it in like a biology kind of thing?
Yeah, biology.
Yeah, probably something like that. I was in high school, at least.
I'll just Google the insides of a frog. So
Man, you're fucked up.